A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the story begins in ancient times, far from Earth, on a distant planet called Lamu. A massive Imperial spaceship lands there. A young girl named Jyn Erso sees the ship and quickly runs to warn her father, Gareth Edwards. Galen and his wife Lyra have already noticed the ship and are packing in a hurry to escape. Lyra contacts Saw Gerrera, a family friend and rebel leader, asking for his help. Before they separate, Galen asks Jyn if she understands why they must go through this, and she nods, trying to be brave. Galen sends Lyra and Jyn to escape while he stays behind to face the Empire. As they flee, Lyra suddenly stops and gives Jyn a special crystal necklace, telling her to trust the Force. With tears in her eyes, she says goodbye and leaves Jyn to hide in a secret cave. Meanwhile, Imperial officer Orson Krennic arrives. He's disappointed to find Galen living quietly on a farm. Krennic demands that Galen return to complete the Empire's most dangerous project, the Death Star, a superweapon capable of destroying entire planets. Galen refuses, pretending that he's forgotten how to build it. All the while, young Jyn secretly watches from her hiding spot. Lyra tries to stop Krennic and his soldiers, but is killed. The soldiers begin searching for Jyn, but she escapes and hides in the underground shelter. Soon, Saw Gerrera finds her and rescues her. 15 years later, Jyn Erso is now an adult, being held as a prisoner in an Imperial labor camp on the planet Wobani. At the same time, Cassian Andor, a rebel intelligence officer, learns that the Empire is creating a powerful new weapon that could destroy entire planets. Cassian kills an informant to protect the secret and escapes. Meanwhile, on Jedha, an Imperial-occupied moon, an Imperial cargo pilot named Bodhi Rook has defected and wants to join the rebellion. But local forces capture him thinking he's lying. Back on Wobani, while Jyn is being transported as a prisoner, a rebel squad attacks the convoy. They rescue Jyn, but she tries to escape from the rebels and is quickly stopped by K2SO, a reprogrammed Imperial droid, now loyal to the rebellion. Jyn is brought to the rebel base on Yavin 4. The rebel leaders know she is Galen Erso's daughter and ask for her help. They believe Saw Gerrera might have important information. They offer Jyn a deal. If she helps them find Saw and her father, they will set her free. Their mission is to stop the Empire from building the Death Star. Jyn agrees and joins Cassian Andor and K2SO on their mission to Jedha. Secretly, Cassian is ordered to kill Galen Erso if they find him. On Jedha, the Empire is oppressing the local people. Bodhi is now in Saw Gerrera's hands, but Saw doesn't trust him and uses a strange mind-reading creature to check his story. Meanwhile, Krennic meets with Grand Moff Tarkin, an Imperial leader. Tarkin is impressed with the Death Star's progress and suggests they test it soon. Jyn arrives on Jedha and decides to leave K2SO on the ship to wait. On the streets, she is approached by Chirrut Imwe, a blind warrior who senses her connection to the Force through her necklace. Chirrut and his friend Baze Malbus are protectors of the ancient Jedi temples. While walking through the city, Jyn and Cassian are caught in a street battle between rebel fighters and Imperial stormtroopers. With the help of K2SO, they fight their way out but are captured by Chirrut and Baze. They are all taken to Saw Gerrera's hideout. Cassian, Chirrut, and Baze are locked in a prison cell next to Bodhi. Saw Gerrera is shocked to see Jyn after so many years, but Jyn is angry at him for abandoning her when she was 16. Saw explains that he did it to protect her, as many people wanted to capture her to find her father. Saw suspects Jyn is working for the Empire, but she tells him she is only here to deliver a message from the Rebel Alliance. Saw then shows Jyn a hologram sent by her father, Galen. In the message, Galen reveals that the Empire forced him to build the Death Star, but he secretly created a weakness in the weapon, a flaw that, if hit correctly, could destroy the entire station. He begs Jyn to find the plans and use them to help the rebellion. Suddenly, the Death Star fires its powerful laser on Jedha as a test, destroying the entire city. Saw, knowing he won't survive, tells Jyn to save herself. Jyn, Cassian, K2SO, Chirrut, Baze, and Bodhi escape just in time. As the Death Star test succeeds, Tarkin is pleased but soon takes control of the weapon from Krennic, pushing him aside. Outside the meeting, Cassian and a group of rebels agree to join Jyn's mission. They call their small team Rogue One and head to Scarif. At Scarif, Bodhi helps them get through the planetary shield by using an Imperial cargo ship. Jyn, Cassian, and K2SO head to the data tower to find the Death Star plans, while the other rebels plant explosives to create a distraction. Krennic arrives on Scarif to secure the facility. The rebel fleet, after hearing about Rogue One's mission, launches an attack to support them. Inside, K2SO bravely fights off stormtroopers, but is eventually destroyed while buying time for Jyn and Cassian. They find the Death Star plans stored under the file named Stardust, a nickname Galen had for Jyn. As they try to retrieve the file, Krennic confronts them. Outside, Chirrut risks his life to activate the master switch for communications, but is killed in the crossfire. Baze dies shortly after while fighting to protect the cause. Cassian and Krennic exchange fire. Cassian is injured, and Jyn climbs to the top of the tower alone. She adjusts the communications dish to transmit the plans to the rebel fleet, but Krennic appears and tries to stop her. Cassian, though wounded, arrives just in time to shoot Krennic. Jyn sends the Death Star plans successfully. As Tarkin orders the Death Star to destroy Scarif, Jyn and Cassian watch the beautiful beach one last time. They hold each other as the Death Star's massive laser beam strikes the base. The rebels receive the plans just in time and quickly transfer them to a smaller data card. But as they try to escape, Darth Vader boards their ship. In a terrifying scene, he uses his lightsaber and the Force to cut through the rebel soldiers in a desperate attempt to recover the plans. The data card is passed from soldier to soldier, barely staying out of Vader's reach, until it is finally delivered to Princess Leia aboard the Tantive 4 starship. She looks at the plans and, with hope in her voice, says, "Hope,